students. Here, chapter number 5, we are going to learn about module number 3. This will be the last module of the chapter, that is matter and chemical formulae. The topics which we are going to cover in this last module are valency, writing a chemical formula, chemical reactions and chemical equations, and balancing an equation. Valency. Let us understand more in detail about what do you mean by the term valency. Valency of an element indicates its combining capacity. That is, the combining capacity of any element is considered to be its valency. Example, valency of hydrogen is 1, for aluminium is 3, for sodium is 1, and so on. Even valencies of some radicals are given below. Hydroxyl, that is OH, together, two atoms together join to form a charged atom, hence they are called as radicals. Here, if you see, here hydroxyl ion, this is OH, hydroxyl ion, and closed in bracket, it is having one negative sign, hence it is having valency 1. In nitrate, you have to look the superscript. Okay, here superscript, only one negative sign, hence again the valency is 1. Here may be positive, may be negative. How many positive charge, how many negative charge, you are talking about irrespective about the charge, but that particular counting considered as a valency. Even in the phosphate, to the superscript, we have 3 minus, so valency is 3. We are not talking about the charge, but the number of charge it has. Even sulfate ions, which is an radical, more than one atom in a group to form a charge atom, charge substance. Okay, so this is again 2 minus is your 2 is the valency. So here, this way we can count the radical, we can understand the radical of this various different group of atoms possessing a charge. Note, molecules with unpaired electrons are called radicals. That is, in other words, we can say group of atoms possessing a charge are called as radicals. Here, this all are an example of radicals because the group, more than one type of atom possesses a charge, and that is its valency. Let us understand about how to write a chemical formula. To write a chemical formula, you should know the following things. First, symbols of elements or ions forming the compound you should be aware of, otherwise you can't form the compound, the formula of compound. Valency of each constituent element of the compound you should know. If you don't know the element valency or any constituent which are in the compound like radicals, if you don't know their valency, then you can't form a proper chemical formula of the compound. Now, talking to the stepwise with example, write the symbols of the constituent elements. Suppose I want to go with the writing water. So water contains hydrogen and oxygen. What is the valency of hydrogen? If you know, below each element write its valency. First you write its valency below it. Oxygen valency 2, hydrogen valency 1. Now do the crisscross method, that is cross multiply. It exchanging of valency. Now this valency will be taken by hydrogen and hydrogen valency will be taken by oxygen. So here we are interchanging the valency and write them as subscript, means down. Okay, so 2 valency will be given to water and 1 will be oxygen. If the valencies are divisible by a common number, simply the number is the subscript. Okay, otherwise retain them as such. Like if 1 we need not write because it is considered as 1, but 2 we have to mention here. If both are having the same valency like magnesium and sulfate, then it get cancelled and the same we are going to combine to form a valency. Let us again understand about magnesium sulfate. Write the symbol of the constant substance or elements. Magnesium sulfate, magnesium Mg, so capital M small g, sulfate SO4 from the previous slide, SO4, and 2 is the valency, Now by crisscross method, interchange the valency and write them as subscript. Interchanging, here we are writing 2, here we are putting bracket. Please note, here we are putting bracket because when more than one elements or group of elements or radicals are used, there you have to form the bracket outside they will be having the exchange number or interchange number of the other element or the radical. So here we need to put the bracket when they are the more than one atom, that is group of atoms are in combination, you have to put the bracket. If the valencies are divisible by a common number, simplify. Now since these two are divisible by 2, so we are cutting this 2, this 2. Already 4 is the earlier stage, it is from the previous one, so we can't touch this, are owned by the particular radical. Only whatever valency is exchanged, that you have the right to cut, exchange, or whatever it may be, it is only can be done, but not the previous already, which is retained by the radical or the element. So this is your how to write the chemical formulae. Main thing you have to check it out. After interchanging the valency, one can be omitted as we did. If a compound contains a radical, it is enclosed within bracket and the interchange valency is written as subscript outside the bracket. Again, let us see what is wrong and what is correct about these following compounds. Calcium oxide, calcium valency is 2, oxygen valency is 2. So we are cutting this because both are having divisible by the common number, and hence it is having CaO as a correct formula. Sodium hydroxide, sodium valency is 1, hydroxide, hydroxyl ion, here we are putting bracket because more than one atom, both are having valency 1, 1, hence it gets cancelled, and even when there is no number outside the bracket, it gets cancelled, or if it is 1, then we can remove the bracket and we can directly write the particular formula, that is NaOH. Lead oxide, this is actually wrong formula because lead is P capital B small b, so it is capital B, P and small b and O, both are having valency 2, 2, after cross multiplying, interchanging, both to get cancelled, and hence it is having PbO. Zinc hydroxide, zinc is having valency 2, hydroxyl ion has valency 1. After exchanging, Z will be getting Zn, that is zinc will be getting 1, but 2 will be retained by or taken by OH, hydroxyl group, which we can't write like this because they are group of atoms. Hence we have to put compulsory the bracket before putting the valency of interchanged part. Okay, so this is your zinc, the correct formula of zinc hydroxide. Let us understand about chemical reactions and chemical equations. Chemical reactions and chemical equations. A chemical equation is a symbolic presentation of a chemical reaction or chemical change. It shows how certain substances like elements or compounds react to form new compounds. For example, hydrogen and oxygen molecule react to form water. This chemical reaction is shown by the following chemical equation. H2 plus O2 gives you H2O, and after this we need to balance it. This chemical reaction shows the two molecules of hydrogen combining with one molecule of oxygen to form two molecules of water. Here these number 2 and number 2 are the balancing part. How to balance the equation? Let us look at the following equation and learn to balance it. Hydrochloric acid and Na. Now it combines, since sodium is a metal, it reacts, it displaces hydrogen. It displaces hydrogen, forms hydrogen gas. Always hydrogen will be diatomic forms, that's why we are putting H2, and sodium will be combining with chlorine to form sodium chloride. Here there are two hydrogen atoms on the RHS, but only one on the LHS. That will not give the proper balanced equation. For balancing, so multiply HCl on the LHS by 2. Hence we are multiplying this by 2. We can't only multiply here alone for hydrogen or for HCl because both are combined form compounds. So it will be given just to the left hand side starting, which will be distributed to each element. So here we are putting 2, because of which chlorine is also getting 2. Hence in further step, if you talk about this, because of hydrogen got the balancing 2 and it is balanced on both the side, left hand side and right hand side. This arrowhead separates the left hand side and right hand side of the chemical reaction. So because of this hydrogen you have balanced, the chlorine also received 2. So it is chlorine is also 2, but sodium is again 1. So for balancing this, again we can't put here 2 and we have to put here 2. Hence we are putting here 2, because of which again sodium becomes unbalanced and we are putting here 2. So this is the way how we have to balance the equation to the left hand side and right hand side. That is very necessary. The equation is perfectly balanced now, as all the elements have the same number of atoms on both the side of the arrow. Left hand side and right hand side of the arrows are to be having same number of atoms. That is the rule of balance. Any chemical equation to be balanced. Now let us go with the practice work number 3. Hope you completed practice work 2 and 3, and even one worksheet which is already uploaded on Google Classroom. Go through these all questions, do complete properly. Thank you, all of you.